Neil, on to you.
Just to add on the voting, the I'm more concerned with making voting as secure and as transparent as a bank transaction. I would actually go into a blockchain type of voting system that makes it impossible to be able to go back and undo a vote once a vote is cast, and then have that key um, publicized to the public so everyone can know who voted and what they voted. And if you want to keep your identity secret, it could be some type of public key that, but it doesn't matter. Your vote was counted and we could see what time you voted, what booth, who you did this, blah, 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 blah. And it's designed with technology that makes it very, very impossible to go back and undo. And I would love for something like that to at least start getting everyone's vote accounted for in a way that there's no ambiguity of what's going on. And I would make it as secure as using your thumbprint or an eye scan or whatever. This is that important, I feel. I also wanted to also talk about the United People's uh, um, Assembly, which is the organization that the national organization that connects me and Richard and a whole bunch. And the reason why I would advocate that you guys look into this group or try to participate within this group is because for the strategy that I read from the documentation that Brian had sent me, which I need to read again because it's just very dense. Um, I think the United People's Assembly would help your cause because we're trying to help all local states in their own states, giving them all the resources. Usually you have to pay how you call it, consultants or whatever, so they can form their own party in their own state and have them design it and vote and structure it and give them everything they need. So whatever state they're in, they could go in, form their own party, and do their own thing. And eventually, if we could get 13 states to become a party in every state, and eventually we could become a national party, but that's in the future, except we still have a network that we're trying to expand to all 51 states. And we're trying to form political parties, which means we're going to be dealing with a population of registered voters, which is where I see our alignment. And sorry, I keep saying Brian. How do you call this project? I'm sorry, I don't even know how to refer to it.
Call it the American Union, American Union of
Okay,
Swing Voters.
American U, AU would be, then I'll refer to it. Okay.
Yes.
This is where I think UPA and AU goals align. So if you guys would think about it, participating with the UPA, even if your purpose is not to form a political party, you're still at least aligning with people who are going to be aligned, doing their own political party, and they're going to be having registered voters. And this is why I asked a very delicate question to Brian at the party. And I was like, how this plan that he works so very diligently to present to us, if he would be willing to open it up to the people. And, because I know right now it has a particular mission that needs to be done by November. So I'm not trying to interrupt that in any way, but eventually the policy needs to be handed into a mechanism that's designed so the people could have input in it. And that's where I think my own selfish request would probably try to convince you that maybe um, this project that he worked so hard in, if he's willing to also maybe perhaps have other people be able to help mold it, because it's a great, the way I see it, it's a great scaffold. And 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 if the people want to mold it, and we have structures to have a sociocratic way that every member of every 51 state could participate in their expressing their interest or molding a policy so it benefits that state or that community, then I think your plan would be unstoppable. It may not end up looking like the way you started it, because of course the people could go in any direction, but at least we all know there's a consensus somewhere in that form. And that's why I think it's a great starting point. Sorry if I took too long.